Join me as I take on the challenge of praying for 7 straight days, diving deep into Psalm 91 and the teachings of Jesus, all in hopes of experiencing divine protection. In today's world, we're constantly searching for ways to protect ourselves, whether it's from harm, fear, or uncertainty. And I think we can all agree that we need something more, something that goes beyond the physical realm. That's why I want to explore the concept of seeking divine protection through prayer, specifically focusing on Psalm 91 and the teachings of Jesus. Fear and anxiety are a normal part of life, but it's how we respond to them that sets us apart. We worry about our health, our relationships, our finances, and our futures. We're constantly trying to navigate uncertain times, and it's easy to get caught up in the chaos. But what if I told you that there's a way to find peace in the midst of all this uncertainty? What if I told you that there's a way to experience divine protection in your life? Often, we try to take control of our situations, thinking that if we just work harder or plan better, we can avoid the things that scare us. But the truth is, we can't control everything. And that's where faith comes in. Faith is about trusting that God has our backs, no matter what. And I believe that when we pray, specifically focusing on Psalm 91 and the teachings of Jesus, we can experience a level of protection that goes beyond human understanding. We're living in a world that's full of unknowns, and it's easy to get caught up in the fear and anxiety that comes with it. But what if I told you that there's a way to rise above all that? What if I told you that there's a way to experience a sense of security and peace, even in the midst of uncertainty? Delving into Psalm 91, we see a powerful declaration of faith and trust in God's protection. Verses like, "You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked, and if you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent," give us a glimpse into the heart of God, who desires to protect and care for us. One of the most powerful teachings of Jesus is the importance of faith. He constantly reminded his disciples that if they had faith the size of a mustard seed, they could move mountains. And I believe that's what we need today, faith that's rooted in the promises of God, faith that trusts that He's always working for our good. In Psalm 91, we see a beautiful illustration of how God's protection is not just about physical safety, but also about emotional and spiritual well-being. It's about trust, it's about faith, and it's about knowing that God is always with us, no matter what. I want to share a powerful testimony with you that illustrates the impact of prayer and faith in experiencing divine protection. A few years ago, I was going through a really tough time in my life. I was facing some serious health issues, and I was filled with fear and uncertainty. But I decided to take a step of faith and commit to praying for protection every day. And you know what? I started to feel a sense of peace that I'd never felt before. I started to trust that God had my back, no matter what. As I continued to pray and trust in God's protection, I started to see things change in my life. My health started to improve, and I started to feel a sense of hope that I'd been missing for so long. And it wasn't just about the physical healing, it was about the emotional and spiritual healing that came with it. I felt like I could finally breathe again, like I could finally trust that God was with me, no matter what. In that moment, I realized that prayer wasn't just about getting what we want, it was about building a relationship with God, and trusting that He's always working for our good. And that's what I want to encourage you to do today. I want to encourage you to take a step of faith and commit to praying for protection for the next 7 days. I want to encourage you to dive deep into Psalm 91 and the teachings of Jesus, and see what kind of transformation takes place in your life. As we wrap up today, I just want to remind you that experiencing divine protection is not just about getting what we want, it's about trusting in God's goodness, even when we don't understand what's going on. It's about having faith that He's always working for our good, no matter what. So I want to encourage you to take that step of faith today, and see what kind of divine protection you can experience in your life. Thanks for joining me on this journey today, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are some of your experiences with prayer and divine protection? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more uplifting content, and let's continue to encourage and support each other on this journey of faith.